Thomas, and I'm a graduate student in the theater education program here. I came to Emerson because the curriculum was so appealing to me. A big part of searching for the right grad program is looking for programs that are tailored to your interests specifically. And I loved that Emerson gave you the flexibility that they do here. I can be an actor, I can be a director, I can be a designer, I can be a dramaturg. It doesn't confine you to one role in the field and allows you the sort of breadth of experience that you really need to become an educator. Boston is probably the most amazing city to go to school in. Number one, because there are so many schools, literally tens, if not probably over hundreds of thousands of students in this city. And for theater specifically, Boston is sort of in a golden moment right now. It used to be the town where Broadway shows would have their tryout and then leave for New York. But interestingly, many more students and young professionals are choosing to stay in Boston and try to make that their artistic home. And I think that that's really changing the landscape of theater in Boston today. There are a lot of new young upstart companies that are finding their way, and just this past summer the National Theater Conference was hosted in Boston. And so I think that the whole nation now sort of sees Boston as an up-and-coming theater center. And I think that that is affording us more opportunities to not only learn to be a theater educator, but also work in the profession, in the discipline. I know people here who have worked at the Lyric Stage Company, at Speakeasy. So there's lots of professional ties that students in this program have to theater companies around town. I think theater education at the undergraduate or graduate level is great because everyone's there because they want to be. Everyone has chosen for that to be their major or their elective. Everyone is there because they checked the box for the first time in their life that they're going to pick all the classes. So you get people who are invested in being there, excited to be there, and who are hungry to learn. Last semester, I was able to be a TA for one of the undergraduate classes. I TA'd the Arts Administration class here with Julie Henriquez. It was a great experience. I was very involved in the class. It was great that I was able to have that opportunity, both as credit hours. I did it as an independent project, so that experience was part of my degree requirements. And at the same time sort of gave me a preview of what it might be like to teach at the university level later in my career. I love the faculty here. There are really some amazing master teachers that bring their decades of experience. You can just tell that they are really some of the best people at what they're doing. Bethany Nelson, specifically here, the theater educator in residence, she brings years and years of experience teaching in urban public schools. Her sort of mission in life has been to close the gap, if you will, between disadvantaged communities and more privileged communities and provide a fair education for everybody. And she uses theater as a vehicle for all learning. It's using theater to teach science, using theater to teach math. How can we use art and storytelling that everyone can relate to be able to reach out to kids of all ages and engage them in subjects that they might not otherwise be fully engaged in. She brings that experience anecdotally. She always has a story about her experience with something to go with everything that she's teaching. And she brings the professional and theoretical experience. She can cite papers and books off the top of her head, and it's amazing to watch her teach. For me, theater is so important because it is a collaborative art. You can't do it yourself. It's always many people having to come together to make one really great product. And it's, I think, the most human of all the arts. It's humans coming to tell human stories to each other.